Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Battle Court Jai-Alai. Tonight's game day will feature the Warriors and the Devils. Coming up next, this should be a fun one, Stu. It's a second-ranked doubles matchup here between maybe two of the best in the Fronton. That is Douglas and Julen for the Warriors. Their opponents, Jairo and Urbieta of the Devils. In terms of the records here, I mean, pretty surprising. Tough start here for Douglas and Julen. 0-2, losing to Gosheri and Ben and Ikeda and Lopez of the Cyclones. We flip over to this Devils team, Jairo and Urbieta. They've played every game day so far for the Devils, and they've delivered 3-0 record.
One way or the other, everyone can catch. Douglas, the more aggressive of the two front quarters, will be seeing if he goes to that 2-all that he's been throwing quite a bit of in practice.
Well, that's a great point as well, Stu. Douglas may be coming off his best game day ever. He's been playing so well, under control, aggressive. I mean, everything you could want in a front quarter. He's going to have his hands full here against Jairo and Urbieta. This team doesn't give you anything offensively. You're going to have to seek it out. That's going to be a big challenge for Douglas tonight. See if he's up to it. There's a serve. We begin our second match of the game day. Nice backhand by Urbieta, out to the rebote. Powerful throw by Douglas, back inside. Here's Urbieta from the 12 line. Julen now at the 11, high and hard, trying to get this one to pass. Urbieta steps back at the 13. Douglas now, no runner. Urbieta steps up, takes it in overhead. Hard backhand, Julen right off the side wall. Julen again, this time up at the 10 line, just beyond. Drops it inside. Jairo going to get involved. He cuts it off from the left side. Well-placed backhand. Better catch there by Julen deep in the backcourt. Urbieta runs around this one. Soft touch on the backhand. Here's Julen now. Forehand to the inside. Jairo again going to cut that one off overhead. Urbieta steps up. He's got it at the 11. Powerful throw. Cutting inside. Great catch again by Julen. Close to the side wall. Here's Jairo just beyond the 8. Back to Julen in the corner. Backhand opens up. Urbieta. Here's Julen now. Low runner. Jairo steps up. High and hard from the backhand. Julen steps in. Again, a little clip off the sidewall. Urbieta has it. Higher and harder. Trying to get it to pass. Julen standing in there. This one drops between them. Forehand rebote by Jairo. Turned low and hard. Douglas on the costado. It's a 2-all. Jairo stops it on the outside. Jairo right back inside. There's Douglas. What a catch. Back on the wall. Urbieta picks it off the numbers. Backhand by Julen again. This one rifled and passing. Douglas coming back for it. Lays up the rebote. Kick off the sidewall. Urbieta handles. Another one. Here's Julen now. Powerful backhand, wall to wall. Jairo, forehand rebote, looking for it, drops it inside, just out of reach of Julen. Douglas now comes back for it, he lays it up. Jairo on the forehand, back inside, Julen all alone. He stands in there to scoop it up. Big backhand, Douglas, left side rebote. Keeps it to the inside, Urbieta handles on the bounce. Urbieta at the 11. Julen keeps it on the left side. Jairo again steps in to cut it off. Oh, running backhand. Douglas reaching up high to cut it off. Big backhand. That's coming out. Goes to the sidewall. Jairo powers that rebote. Back to the forehand of Julen. Urbieta now launches another backhand. Douglas looking for it. Rebote save up at the 7 line. Caught overhead. Sidearm forehand, Jairo cutting back to the inside, takes it in the air. There's the backhand. Douglas now reaching up for it. This one dropping a little lower. Urbieta out there for the rebote, lays it up. Douglas takes it, whips it outside. The Philo scores. What an opening point. That one goes to the Warriors. Douglas and Julen, they serve.
That was just the first point. Wonder what they have in store for the second point and the points thereafter. Tremendous play by all 4 players. You see it, conservative catching and throwing until he's got the shot. Then Douglas just blasts it outside to score. Very well done.
Jairo steps around that serve. Here's Julen on the backhand. Left side Urbieta, Julen on the forehand. Opens up, puts it low and hard. Jairo back on the inside, he cuts it off. Julen back at the 12, puts this inside. Urbieta up the wall, he comes down with the ball. Beautiful play deep in the backcourt. Douglas now backed up, launches another one, puts it on the numbers. Here's Urbieta. Forehand Urbieta, powered inside. Urbieta's got it again. Hard backhand, run up the middle. Julen now on the forehand. Right over both Devils. Here's the Urbieta. Forehand, high off the front wall. Douglas again on the Costado, the splitter. Cut off by Jairo. Jairo's two-wall, thrown
Good for Jairo.
to score.
Good for Jairo. Not only did he make a spectacular catch, number 31, you see him walking off there, but he returned a two-wall, which is not something we see him throw a lot of. That's an aggressive style of play. I mean, Douglas just whipped. Look at this catch. It's a beautiful catch. Douglas is in no way ready for a two-wall that's coming back at him. I imagine, neither would I. It's Jairo. He's not going to throw a two-wall. Guess what? He did, and it scored.
Low hard serve. Good catch by Julen, advancing before it crossed the side wall. Urbieta crouching down, takes it at the 12. Hard backhand. Julen on the left side, deep in the backcourt, puts it for Jairo. Julen higher and harder. This one coming out. Urbieta steps out of the way. Jairo, forehand Urbieta, right up the middle. Here's Douglas, backhand. Low runner. Caught three walls. Jairo able to play it on the left side. And this one low and hard. Urbieta handles comfortably on the bounce in the backcourt. Ooh, that kicked across Julen's body to the forehand. Back inside. There's a catch by Jairo again. Crashing into the sidewall. Gets it off. Another one. This one passing. Douglas on the inside. Nice Urbieta. Urbieta takes it off the side wall. Hard backhand. Julen now just beyond the 11. Keeps it to the inside. Jairo going up for it again. Good active play up in the front court. Julen on the inside. Here's Urbieta. Just beyond the 13. Keeps it inside. Good catch here by Julen. Backhand. Little clip. Urbieta's got it again. Julen going to let that one pass. Forehand Urbieta. Own wall to wall. Nice throw there by Douglas. Jairo now keeps it inside. Douglas, good range. He's back there to cut it off. Julen out at the 12 line. Urbieta not going to let it pass. Reaching back behind him. Sidearm forehand. Urbieta steps around it. Here's the backhand. High and hard. Julen again. Backquarters trading throws here. Urbieta, his footing, keeps it to the inside. Here's Julen now. Urbieta coming out. Jairo, all he can do just lays it up. No play for Douglas coming into the backcourt. Julen now. Low runner. Urbieta steps up. Ball tip by Jairo. Douglas and Julen get their second point, and they lead 2-1.
I'll tell you, you can wait a long time before you see Jairo drop a ball or tip a ball. He was part of the longest point played at Magic City, one of the longest points played in highlight, a full 8-minute point. I'm not talking about an 8-minute match, we're talking about or set. We're talking about an 8-minute point last year. This Jairo and Urbieta team was part of it. Just a reminder, you are watching Battle Court live from the Magic City Jai-Alai Fronton in Miami, Florida.
No, maybe an unofficial stat, but I can't remember Jairo missing one to his left side so far this season in this second-ranked group. I mean,
as the statistician, as soon as you say it, it becomes an official stat. So
let it be official.
Exactly.
First miss on the left side.
Be judicious with those observations. I agree.
Low runner. Urbieta now. Backhand. Will kick off the side wall. Julen took his eye off it, just dropped it on the right side. That's going to tie it up 2-2.
Again, as the points go longer, there's a rhythm in the catching and the throwing, but there's also a fatigue that sets in as well. Obviously, we're very much in the beginning of our first set of a potential 3 sets here. So fatigue not a factor.
Powerful serve, great catch by Julen, advancing on it. Here's Urbieta now, middle of the court, backhand. A runner, Julen, he's got the forehand. Low and hard, Jairo coming cross court, he takes it in the air, backhand. Just out of reach of Douglas, Julen high off the front wall. That's a 3-wall play, Jairo lining it up, he drops it inside. Julen now at the 11, low and hard again. Here's Urbieta, running around it, here's the backhand. Kicking up and out, Douglas. He'd notice on the rebote, puts it inside. Urbieta up at the 10 now. Another backhand. Douglas is there. Urbieta thought about the scoop, plays the rebote on the back end. Douglas lets it come to the back quarter. Here's Julen now. Hard inside. Again, 3 walls. Urbieta turns it. It's a 2-wall. Douglas on the costado to the inside. Urbieta, what a scoop. Julen now. Deep in the backcourt, puts it low and hard. Urbieta got there before the bounce. This one higher and harder. Julen. Back to the left side of Urbieta now. Douglas reaching behind him to cut it off. Julen steps out of the way. Douglas, left side rebote, keeps it inside. Urbieta handles from up at the 11. Another backhand. Here's Julen. This ball opens up, Jairo able to cut it off again up at the 8. This time kicks out to the forehand of Julen. He's going to let it pass. Left side rebote for Douglas, big bounce. Urbieta controls it. Back inside, Julen, nice catch off the sidewall. Hard backhand, Urbieta now. Urbieta from the 12. Takes Douglas to the 9 line. Soft touch on the backhand. Urbieta steps up, not going to get there. Jairo, beautiful rebote on the back end.
Tipped.
That's tipped. 3 points for the Devils. Jairo and Urbieta lead.
But that hard to tell if Julen was going for the catch or trying to pull away and allow Douglas to have the rebote. One way or the other, ball touched the tip of the cesta, which is the end of that play.
That serve kicked across to the forehand. Good play by Julen to stay with it. Jairo back inside, Julen out of the way. Douglas, left side rebote. Urbieta now back at the 13. High hard backhand. Julen steps up, picks it off the side wall. Here's Urbieta just beyond the 11 now. Back to the left side of Julen. Urbieta again. High and hard, cutting inside. Great catch by Julen, close to the side wall. Back quarters trading, throws again. Here's Julen from the left side at the 11 line. Catch off the side wall. We're going to let this one drop. Forehand rebote for Douglas, puts it on the numbers. What a grab by Urbieta, that one crossed. Powerful return, here's Julen, that one's coming out. Jairo, forehand rebote up the middle, out of reach of Douglas. Julen calls him off. Julen sidearm forehand. Urbieta looking for the 3-wall play. He's got it. Douglas so aggressively on the costado. The 2-wall thrown in to score. 3-3, tied up.
So we are seeing that more aggressive style of play from Douglas. He throws the shot when he sees that he has it, which is what you should do. Beautiful catch. Feels it out. Boom, 2-wall, 1-2. And that's bold because Jairo was standing outside at the 5 line.
Yeah,
so you have to be supremely confident that you're going to throw it out of reach to make that catch. Very well done by Douglas.
Powerful serve, Urbieta handles on the backhand towards the inside for Julen. Forehand rebote, power to the inside, out of reach of Douglas. Julen stops it on the bounce. Low and hard, back over the top. Here's Urbieta. Catch by Urbieta right off the sidewall. Hard throw, reaching up. Here's Julen. This one cutting inside. Douglas on the rebote. Forehand. Catch by Jairo. Puts it right off the sidewall. Douglas again. Quick reaction. Soft touch on the backhand. Urbieta steps up. Got it low. Julen from the forehand, deep in the backcourt, puts it inside. Urbieta reaching up high, hard backhand. Urbieta. This one just out of reach of Julen. Douglas calls him off on the rebote. Rifles it wall to wall. Great return. Jairo, powerful rebote of his own. Stopped on the right side of Julen. Good catch. Hard forehand follows. Urbieta stops it. This one dropped between the Devils. A lot of communication. Back to the inside. Here's Jairo. One kicking up and out. Douglas on the rebote. Comes up the middle. Great reach by Jairo. Low and hard back to Julen. That one scores. Four-3 lead for Jairo and Urbieta. And
question as to whether or not there was going to be a request for interference. Request wasn't even made. Too many motions made in advance in an attempt to make the catch. That would have blown an interference
that
call.
was the motion by the judge there, saying Douglas tipped it, went for it. So you lose the right to request interference. Douglas would have had to stop, put his hands up, and not make an effort. Didn't think the rebote was going to come out, but here's Urbieta from the left side. There's a big backhand. Julen out of the way. Douglas, powerful rebote. Urbieta now steps away. Here's Jairo coming back to the inside. Urbieta crouching down, takes it in the air. Hard backhand. Julen runs around it to keep it on the left side. Low runner now. Here's Jairo cutting it off. Backhand. Just out of reach. Here's Douglas on the rebote. Urbieta lines it up. Great catch right off the side wall. Ball kicked up. Urbieta from the 12 line. This one dropping a little lower. Here's Douglas now. Urbieta standing in the corner. Here's Julen between the 11 and 12. Hard play. Kicked off the sidewall. Urbieta now. Softer touch on the backhand. Julen steps up. Urbieta again reaching low. Tough play. Here Douglas reaching up high on the left side. Backhand. Low runner. Urbieta. Or Jairo rather coming back for the rebote, keeps it to the inside. Urbieta just beyond the 11. Our backhand, Julen now. Low runner, Jairo reaching up, great play. Our backhand, it's out to the forehand of Julen. Low and hard, Jairo running around it, he's got a forehand now. Back to Julen all alone, back it up, he scooped it up. Backhand, kick off the sidewall. Jairo able to get in there. Hard throw. Julen standing in, backhand. Drops between the Devils. Jairo on the rebote. Get it past Douglas. He does. Julen advances. Sidearm play deep into the corner. That's crossing. No problem for Urbieta. Outside placement. Urbieta calls him off from the backcourt. Sidearm play. Trying to get past Douglas. Julen, great read. Got there before it crossed the sidewall. Here's the rebote. Or Jairo, low and hard. Douglas now on the Costado. High Coasty inside. Urbieta somehow caught it on the forehand. What a read. Jairo again on the inside. Lower and harder. Julen. That rebote comes shooting out. Great reflex by Douglas to keep it going. Here's Julen from the 12. Launches another one. Urbieta back at the 13. That was on the side wall. Douglas let it pass. Pays the rebote on the backhand. Jairo with the scoop. Jairo with the inside placement. That stayed inside. Knocked down by Julen in the corner. 5 points for Jairo and Urbieta. The possible set point.
Tremendous play by all four players. Unfortunate bounce there for Julen. Has switched quickly from the right side to the left side. That's how quickly the ball's moving. Fully expected to have it on the right side, switch to the left, missed the catch. We're at possible set point.
Julen makes the catch, hard backhand. Coming out to the rebote, Jairo from the 7 line, launches it wall to wall, right over Julen's head. Good duck, nice rebote by Douglas. Here's Jairo on the backhand, picking up and out. Some call by Douglas. He drops Urbieta inside. That's well placed. Better catch by Urbieta coming down with the ball. Urbieta now from the 12. Keeps it to the left side of Julen. Julen now. Trying to get that one past him. He's standing at the 13. Backhand there by Douglas. Here's Jairo. Julen now, just beyond the 11 line. Keeps it to the inside, right on the sidewall. No problem for Urbieta. Launches another one. Here's Julen. This one out of the way. Urbieta forehand. He's missed. Well placed by Douglas on the Urbieta. That extends the set. That's 4 points for the Warriors.
And a reminder of the scoring in Battle Court, ladies and gentlemen. First team to reach 6 points wins the set. First team to win 2 sets wins the match. Devils here with the chance to close out the set. They have 5 points. Douglas is serving, however, for the Warriors.
Great serve, better catch by Urbieta. Crossing deep in the backcourt. Wonky Urbieta. Douglas saves a soft 2-wall. Takes Jairo to the outside. Jairo opens up for it. The carom by Jairo scores for the set.
Wow.
Devils take it 6-4, 2 minutes. Come back, play set number 2.
Wow. That was a bold choice of shot by Jairo. And man, it paid off.
What a set of highlight.
Aggressive style of play from Jairo that we're not used to seeing. Took his time throwing those shots, but when he did, threw them with a high degree of accuracy.
There's the carom. What a shot by Jairo. When he had Douglas to his left, trapped to the inside, you figured maybe a shot was going to come.
If you're going to throw it, that's the time to throw it.
But boy, I mean, with a 5-4 lead, you don't need it. Could blast it to the inside, force a tough catch by Julen. He went for it, executed to perfection for the set.
There we are in the ESPN 3 players cage. The players come back here for about 2 minutes in between sets. Reminder, ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Battle Court live from the Magic City Fronton in Miami, Florida. There in the foreground, you have Jairo on the right, Urbieta on the left. Coming out with that first set, 6-4. Fantastic defensive play and throwing the ball for the kill shot when they had it. Very well done. Back corner. Well, you have Nicholas and Manny, I guess, consulting over what's going on in the match overall. There you got Julen. Seated with his hands still in the cesta. One of the players who not a big fan of tying and untying the cesta. And here we have Julen once again, part of this break. We only have about 20 seconds left in the break in between sets here. Warriors going up against the Devils.
And just a couple mistakes. I mean, really, the backcourt play, the difference there. Aggressive play by both front quarters. Douglas killing some shots. Jairo as well from both sides. I think two misses to Julen's forehand. 2 to his left as well. And not much separates these teams in the second-ranked division. Good example right there. Just a few misses. The Devils win the set 6-4. Ready to begin set number 2. Douglas and Julen have the serve. There's a serve. Our second set is underway. Good catch there by Douglas, reaching up high, low runner. Aggressive play by Jairo, coming cross court to cut it off. Julen lets that one pass, forehand Urbieta. Jairo's got it. Backhand, low runner. Julen steps out, looking for the Urbieta. That's a good turn on the backhand. Jairo, though, aggressively. Right to the inside. Julen standing alone. He's got it on the forehand. Sidearm carom. He's tipped and scoring. First point of our second set goes to Douglas and Julen.
So you see there, again, another potential interference call, but
Same thing.
As soon as you experience the interference, you have to stop your motion. As soon as you experience it, you have to stop your motion and make your request. Not possible there.
Urbieta from the left side. Backhand kicks up into the backcourt. Julen now. Jairo calls him off on the rotate. Powerful throw inside. Julen ducks. Douglas has got it. Up the wall. Urbieta comes down with the ball. Low backhand. Here's Douglas. Backhand from the 7th line. This one comes shooting off the back wall. Nice rotate by Jairo. That's perfectly placed. Julen. Douglas rather. To play the rotate on the back end from the left side. Here's Urbieta. Back to the left side of Julen now. One cuts inside. Gonna let that one pass right on the numbers. Douglas just lays it up. Urbieta advancing from the backcourt at the 10 line. Low and hard. Julen, what a play from the left side to scoop it up. Here's Urbieta again. This time higher and harder. Coming up the middle. Douglas, another rebote. Another good save that kicks off the side wall to Urbieta. Douglas, beautiful control, able to pass wall to wall. Jairo drops it inside where it scores. Ball tipped by Julen in the backcourt. That ties it up, 1-1.
Reminder, the scoring in Battle Court, ladies and gentlemen. First team to reach 6 points wins the set. First team to win 2 sets wins the match. First set was won by Jairo and Urbieta of the Devils. Currently in our second set, Jairo and Urbieta very much want to close this out here in a second set, not push it to a third.
Vault under serve. Second serve coming up for Jairo. Backhand to the inside, kicking up and out. Beautiful play by Julen. For Bote coming up the middle. Julen on the left side. Urbieta standing all alone, takes it in on the forehand. Douglas there to cut it off. Nice control on the backhand. Right there to Urbieta, crossing at the 13 line. Urbieta calls him off, keeps it on the left side, hard backhand. Julen foot on the wall, he comes down with the ball. Urbieta ducks again. Jairo, there's the rebote. Dropping low, Douglas now. Nice control again, doesn't overthrow it. What a grab by Urbieta, a few times in a row up the wall. By Julen crossing. Backcourt is duck. Rebote comes back to the left side of Julen. Julen up at the 10. Hard throw. Urbieta runs around it. Forehand rebote. Kick off the sidewall. Urbieta handles low. Backhand. This one coming out again. Douglas on a knee, makes the save. Miscommunication, and the rebote is missed. There's the 2 points.
That's a tough one. Urbieta did a fantastic job of staying out of the way of the ball to make sure that he didn't incidentally tap it, which would have been a loss of point. But it set up a particularly difficult rebote, that rebound off the back wall, off the side wall for Jairo to make a play on.
That is a missed serve. First serve for Douglas, second serve coming up.
I imagine he was going to throw that ball pretty hard. Just a guess.
Looked like it.
Just a guess.
Based on the swing, too. Second serve is good. Urbieta lobs it up. This one's coming out. Jairo on the rebote, puts it inside. Here's Douglas there to cut it off the splitter. Comes out to the left side of Jairo. What a catch, good body control. Julen now lines it up on the forehand. Low and hard on the bounce. Here's Urbieta, deep in the backcourt. Sidearm forehand, Douglas reaches up high. Urbieta again, just beyond the 12 line to the inside for Julen now. That is on the wall, Douglas. Get a lot of power behind it. Comes into the backcourt though. Here's Urbieta. Julen now, left side, the low runner. Jairo couldn't get there, calls him off on the rebote. He makes the save. Douglas up at the 9. Another rifle backhand right on the numbers. No problem there for Urbieta. And that one dropping low. Urbieta steps up. This one kicks across to the forehand of Julen. Lines up the catch, sidearm play. Urbieta again standing deep in the backcourt. Forehand is crossing way up high. What a play by Julen. Back to the inside. Here's Jairo. Julen low and hard again. Dropping low. Urbieta's got it just before the bounce. Urbieta steps up. He's got it at the 10. Hard throw, kicking up and out. Robote. Forehand. Just plays it inside. There's Urbieta again. This time Julen gonna let it pass. Robote. On the bounce, Urbieta handles up at the 10 line. Julen slows it down with the forehand. It again calls him off. Keeps it deep in the backcourt. This one lobbed up. Clears the overhead screen. Julen on the forehand. What a scoop by Jairo. Comes up with it on the left side. This comes shooting off the back wall. Robote coming up the middle. Urbieta's got it again. Julen on the bounce. At the 9 line to the outside. Jairo stops it. Jairo back to the inside. That one dropping low and scoring.
Appears that Douglas called Julen off of that ball, expecting the Robote to come out more. That was definitely Julen's ball. Ball was coming too fast and too low to come too far out. I'll tell you, Douglas is playing as aggressive as we've seen, but Jairo's playing mistake-free Jai-Alai.
Came out very aggressive with Douglas, so I like to see him get back to that aggression he had the first couple points. Threw a bunch of costados. Haven't seen one. I don't know if we've seen one in the second set.
Not quite the rabbit in the hair, but close.
Robote's coming out. Jairo drops it inside. Julen lines it up from the 10 line. Low and hard. Urbieta all alone. What a catch is that cross deep in the backcourt. Julen now the low runner. Jairo comes cross court to cut it off. Hard backhand. Julen now. Urbieta out of the way. Forehand Robote by Jairo. Dropping low. Good catch by Julen right off the sidewall. Back to Jairo. One just out of reach. Douglas on the Robote. This one pushed outside. Urbieta stays with it. Urbieta low and hard. Back to Julen. Comes across to the forehand. Urbieta again drops inside. What a catch by Douglas. Pulls it off the sidewall. Back into the corner. Powerful throw, scoring.
If you go back and you look at Douglas's throw, specifically there, that backhand, put a little something extra on it, also which helped it spin closer into the sidewall and set up a particularly difficult catch, which Urbieta just couldn't make. Urbieta's been almost flawless in the backcourt. You see, that's kind of blocked by.
But look at that.
Blocked by there, but you see what the result was. The result was that ball coming in fast.
On the hop, Urbieta comes up with the catch. Here's Douglas now backed up to the 9 line. Robote, forehand. Douglas gets it into the backcourt. Urbieta advances. Hard throw, little kick off the sidewall. Julen keeps it on the left side. Here's the Robote, it comes shooting out. Jairo powers it back inside. Douglas reaching in to cut it off. Urbieta gotten it down low. Outside placement is outside of play. 4 points for Douglas and Julen.
So when you're not throwing many shots, don't until you feel that you have it. Good effort there by Urbieta. Try to finish that ball to the outside. Had a good chance of scoring had it landed in. Went beyond the boundary line and is out.
Julen from the 12 line. His backhand opens up. Urbieta runs around it. To the 12 line, here's Urbieta. Douglas keeps it on the left side, hard backhand. There's one rifled, comes shooting out. Jairo, nice Robote save. Julen on the forehand, standing in at the 10 line, drops it low and hard. Urbieta handles. Julen up the wall, down with the ball, hard backhand. Close to the sidewall, going to catch by Urbieta. Julen just beyond the 11 line, lower and harder. Jairo steps in to cut it off. This one comes shooting out again. Douglas now lays it up from the left side. Big bouncer, Urbieta handles. Great catch by Julen, right on the numbers, backhand. Here's Urbieta. Urbieta again on the hop. Drops it to the inside. Julen out of the way. Douglas left side Urbieta just above the pad. Urbieta gets there before the second bounce. This one lobbed up. Back to Julen. Forehand Urbieta again. Here's Douglas reaching on the inside. Backhand play to the 8. Caught up overhead. Julen low and hard. Jairo there to cut it off. Backhand. Douglas, what a Urbieta. That one dropping low. Jairo's got to make a diving save. He does. Julen on the forehand somehow comes up with it. And it scores.
Have a chance here to force a third and final set. Don't think for a second that Jairo and Urbieta aren't up to a third set running the max points if it has to. They very much are. See if Douglas and Julen are able to get us there.
There's the backhand by Urbieta, opening up to the outside. Outside Urbieta by Jairo.
Tipped.
That kicked up, tipped. Off the top of Julen's cesta. That's going to extend the set here. 3 points for the Devils.
See, that happens when a player is not expecting it to take quite the bounce that it does. You extend your cesta at the last second, wind up rocketing it off the tip.
Great catch here by Julen, the low runner. Here's Jairo to cut it off on the left side. Back to Julen. Urbieta up at the 11. Big backhand. Overhead, Julen. This one dropping a little lower. Urbieta ducks. Jairo's got the Urbieta. Sidearm play, catches 3 walls. Jairo lays it up from the right side. Julen advancing, caught it in the air. Backhand opens up. Douglas looking for the Urbieta on the left side. Powers it inside. Urbieta stepped up. Great read. Hard backhand. Here's Douglas now. Left side Urbieta. Urbieta stops this one on the bounce. Urbieta low and hard. Back to Julen standing in the corner. Urbieta left side on the wall. What a pickup by Julen again. This one back up the middle. Jairo able to cut it off. Hard backhand, Douglas now up at the 6 line, turns the Urbieta between the Devils. Jairo calls him off. Nice Urbieta played inside. That kicked up, and it's missed. 4 points for the Devil.
The aggressive style of play is still in favor of Douglas and Julen, but slow and steady winning the race, consistent play, as we've seen year after year now by Jairo and Urbieta. One less mistake consistently. Be curious to see if Douglas and Julen are able to finish this out and force a third set.
What a catch. That serve was perfectly placed. Julen plucked it off the sidewall. Here's the Urbieta. Comes back to Julen. Nice catch overhead. Backhand 2-wall. Jairo stops it in the air. Jairo back to the inside. Julen, what a pickup. Urbieta standing all alone in the corner, comes up with it. Hard backhand. This one's coming out. Douglas on the Urbieta, powers it.
Oh, to the overhead screen.
Too high. The Devils have come back to tie it up at 5-5. They have a possible match point. It is set point for the Warriors, looking to push it to a third set.
And you don't want to see anyone make that particular mistake, but certainly not a mistake that gets you to possible match point. Too much, too high, overhead screen, out of play. Possible match point for the Devils.
After some great play by the Warriors, tip, and screen. Julen keeps it going. Great catch on the left side. This one coming out. Urbieta forehand on a knee. Jairo got it into the backcourt. Douglas makes the save, pushes it up the middle. Here's Jairo on the forehand. Low and hard, Julen gonna let it pass. Douglas on the rebote, powers it back inside. Urbieta backing up, quick bounce over the top. No play for Douglas. Julen on the hop. He's got it on the forehand, low and hard. Urbieta, what body control. He comes up with it. Julen, sidearm forehand. Urbieta ducks. Jairo, forehand rebote now, sticks inside. Here's Julen, backhand. Low runner. Urbieta keeps it on the left side again. This one kicking up and out. Douglas able to line it up, powers it inside. This one dropping low. Great positioning by Jairo. Douglas missed it.
For the match.
Point, set, and match. The Devils come back, win the final 4 points. They can straight set 6-4, 6-5. What a match and what a comeback for Jairo and Urbieta. They improved to 4-0. They remain undefeated. Tough loss there for Douglas and Julen. I mean, they had them in that second set. The Devils rattled off 4 in a row, and they get it done. We're going to hear from our winners, Jairo and Urbieta. Great team last year. Carried that momentum over here into our Spring 24 Battle Court, and they improve for their 4th win of the year. Here they are, the second team for the Devils.
All right, Jairo, Urbieta, congrats on another win once again. You guys have dominated so far this season. What is the key to your communication?
Well, we played together for like 12, 13 years, so we know how to communicate between us. So we are too old for this, so that's why.
The same question? Yeah, like Jairo said, we've been playing very, very long time together. We really like to talk always, even inside of the court, out of the court, so that's why.
Even if we look like we are 20, we are not 20.
Okay.
Almost.
Again, congratulations on winning that match. Let's see what else happens tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.